primetime Poulton, keep it entertaining. You already knowin', outworking everybody and he don't ever quit. Talking about plenty comics like Graveyard Shift, Sea Dogs, Fighting Wolf, U.S. Assassin, doing just what he loves. This is his passion. Bring more value to your dollar. No, I'm not frontin'. That's how just a writer became a moral compass. This is primetime Poulton. This is primetime Poulton. Let's go. It's all about the boom. TMC, baby. It's all about the boom. Cowboy Phil, baby. Hit him with the body slam, elbow drop. TMC, Cowboy Phil, leg pot guys. What you see in the ring are two monsters. Energy of a king and of a rock star. Yeah, drop kicks probably make your heart stop. You ain't ready, super scary, and they staying on top. Hit a ding ding, better watch yourself. It's TMC and Cowboy Phil. Late pot guys, yeah, they the real deal. It's TMC and Cowboy Phil. 2 times a week, you can't compete. They body slam you down, now you taste the beat. The champions, they legendary, nobody like them. Coming for the belt, yeah, they coming for the title. Hey, it's all about the boom. TMC, baby. TMC, baby. Yeah. It's all about the boom. Cowboy Phil, baby. Let's go. Cowboy Phil, baby. Hey, 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 yeah, let's go.
What's up, guys? Happy Wednesday. That can only mean one thing. La Podgots. I'm the moral compass, Mark Poulton. And with me, someone who has a lot of nerve to show their face around here. I'm talking about that cowboy, Phil McNulty. Phil, you got a lot of explaining to do.
I don't even know what is going on here. I will...
Don't you play dumb with me. I've seen the video. The whole world's seen the video last night on Breaking Rad.
It seems like everyone's seen this video except for me here.
Yeah. You were conveniently absent last night. I'm going to roll the footage for you. And then you start thinking up some good excuses, mister, all right?
Let's see. I'm with you, Leandro.
I don't know if Leandro's even going to back you after watching this. All right, here we go. He got to you, Phil. I don't know how he did it, but he got to you. Macho Dan himself said he remembers being there that night the picture was taken. And Macho Dan's part of Clean Team. He can't lie.
That's funny because clearly I have evidence contrary, because the day those photos were taken, I was in New York City. Watching Phantom of the Opera. So no way is that me. I've got photo evidence.
Hold that back up again. Let me make sure.
I've got really photo evidence.
And not a stunt double. Put that back up, Phil. Let me make sure that's not a stunt double.
That is not a stunt double. As you can see, glasses clearly the same. Round face clearly the same. Also, look what hoodie that is. That hoodie is the same one I'm wearing right now. That is such a fake. I've seen better Photoshop on dubious websites on the internet where there are certain hubs you can find these fake videos at. I've certainly been doctored. I've got the Primetime 6 hashtag right here in front of y'all. Never question the loyalty of a cowboy. We are ride or die, and I will confront the Breaking Rad team Tuesday at 9 p.m. when the cowboy rides again.
Breaking news, you heard it here first. Cowboy Phil returns to Breaking Rad. Phil, I never doubted you for a minute.
No. And I'll tell you who bought those tickets at 6 a.m. That was my lovely fiance who bought me those tickets. Shout out to my girl Leah. Thank you so much for those tickets. My body is that clean porcelain white.
You just have that moral compass tattoo on your back.
It is that beautiful alabaster white skin, untouched by any tattoo pen, any tattoo ink until the summer. But right now, it is still clear and porcelain.
Just the exception of that moral compass tattoo on your lower back, Phil.
I mean, that tramp stamp is there, but we don't talk about that.
Man, I was worried not just for me, Phil, but for the main event Misfits. They were going crazy on Twitter. You've been absent. You haven't been returning my texts. I said I never doubted you. I was a little nervous, Phil.
So as we can say, this is a shoot here. As we know, the Cowboy is currently in grad school. The Cowboy has been buried under some major papers. I had to write no one cares, but I had to write two two-page papers. I had to make a video. I had to do 8 different responses. And the work just keeps piling on because I got done class just about a couple hours ago. So it has been busy. I haven't been on time to take to Twitter, but it's a miracle I am here on the Pod Gods, but I wouldn't miss it because it's the best wrestling podcast out on the interwebs today.
Man, Phil, what a sigh of relief. I was ready to blow up the entire Primetime 6. You know, it started with Joe Sontag leaving us. You know, best friend Sean, he confided in me the other day. You know what he told me? He told me the whole Aaron Sontag breakup was a ploy to get me and Malin in the ring at the same time so they could jump us.
Listen,
they want to try to make a name off of Poulton and Malin.
Don't anybody question the loyalty of a Cowboy.
Never again, Phil. Never
again. And listen, I'm not going to lie to you. I am a little hurt that you would believe that these photos weren't doctored.
They were the best looking photos I've ever seen.
But guess what? You and I, lay Pod Gods, as it says in our entrance music, we're going to be riding in on Tuesday night. We're going to be making sure that the Breaking Rad crew with their leader AM Comics, right? Because we still got the 6 for the Primetime 6. I'm still holding hope that JMS comes back. He sees the light.
You heard it first. Cowboy Phil riding into Breaking Rad and Hell's riding with him. Man, Phil, there's so much wrestling news breaking right now, but you know what we do first around here?
Got to pay the bills.
We got to pay the bills, absolutely. And that means we got to look at Graveyard Shift 4, which is at $106,000, $106,369, 1,187 backers, 6 days left in the first half of the campaign. Man, things are going great. We just unlocked another stretch goal. We unlocked the Graveyard Shift fan art contest. So we're having a contest. Right now, the first prize is $500. But if you're familiar with John's campaigns, usually that prize amount gets a little bigger as the campaign goes on. I want to remind everyone our featured tier is the Blood Bag at $75. That's where you get the Book 3 reprint with the new John Malin cover, Book 4, and the supplemental book. And that supplemental book is a 48-page story written by Phil Diaz with art by Tommy Patterson. The main book, Book 4, written by me, is clocking in at 68 pages. So that's the biggest regular volume of Graveyard Shift to date. But Phil, we're also clocking in on another milestone.
Amazing.
In about $3,000 more, I will join a very exclusive club. I'm already in that 10-2 club, Phil. And I think you know what I'm talking about. 10 campaigns fulfilled in 2 years. Know who the member of that club is? Just me.
Just you. Only you.
I'm about to join another exclusive club, the 10-2-7 club. That's 10 campaigns fulfilled in 2 years, and all my properties on Indiegogo have combined for 7 figures.
Ooh,
Yeah.
boy. Listen, I don't need the money of a 6 a.m. comics or AM comics, as we call him on Late Pod Gods. I don't even need the 7 figures that the moral compass is pulling in. All I need is friendship. There's no way I am turning on my partner in the ring at all. So watch your stepping.
You heard it, man. You don't doubt the Cowboy Phil McNulty. You know who we've been neglecting, though? We've been neglecting the chat.
I'm breaking out the boots.
Are those the boots from our historic match of the year?
Yes, they are. These are the boots that were not taken away. And I'm going to shine this bad boy up real nice. Turn this sumbitch sideways. Stick it straight up. The Breaking Rad team.
There you go. Nicotronis in the chat. Bow. Leandro, second to none. He says, hail to the future Hall of Famer, the man of fulfillment, Poulton Plex Master and Primetime 6 leader, the moral compass. Thank you, Leandro. He's ready to talk some AEW. We got some breaking news on AEW. He's ready for some CGWF. We have some CGWF action. It's prime time night, baby. We got Don Chin. Don, you should be getting ready for your match. You're facing the assassin, Mike McMahon, tonight. Is Wednesday night now primetime night? It sure is. It's primetime and Cowboy night.
Yeah.
Leandro never doubted you, doctored. Yeah, he can't believe that. Mike McMahon's here too. Mike, you should be stretching, getting ready for that big match. There he is, that no good 6 a.m. He says you guys have got matching tattoos. It didn't happen. The only tattoo you have is that beautiful moral compass tattoo. I've got the Canuck in the house. Leandro says he knew that Vince AM was up to no good, trying to this dangus to break up PT6. Can't trust that feather-eating coward. Bullet Ninja Hagelman in the house. Who's about to get humbled? We're gonna see someone get humbled in our very first ever CGWF death match. A CGWF first, and where else would it happen, Phil?
Only where we get the F out and we put the E in the CGWE here at Late Pod Gods.
Don Chin sees an intervention of Phil's fist in Six's face.
We'll settle this in the ring like real men, but only have animated avatars do it for us.
6 a.m. says, I know you proposed to me when I bought you the tickets. He is obsessed with me, you,
I think
Dan Fraga.
This is feeling very Mickey James, Trish Stratus, stalkerish at this point.
Did you know Six's brother, Brian McSix, is now on Twitter? He is. Brian McSix, official Twitter account. Vince, Mike McMahon says has not. Vince has no honor. Hagelman says, look at my beautiful cocaine cowboy. No, he's maybe a crack cowboy, but not cocaine. All right, man. Amanda B in the house. There we go. Amanda was worried about you, Phil. She thought you'd turn to the dark side.
No, never. I'm just on the side of knowledge as I get my master's degree in education.
6 says, make him show the tramp stamp. It's the only way you know it's the real Phil.
No,
I'm not. I believe you. I'm not going to make you.
Unless you really want to see the real crack pack.
All right, so I know everyone's eager for these matches. We're going to talk some wrestling first because I know once the matches are over, everyone disappears. Sometimes even Cowboy Phil disappears.
Well, that was technical difficulties here at the ranch.
All right. Breaking news. Brian Kendrick His match scrapped from Dynamite tonight. Brian Kendrick released from AEW.
The fastest future endeavor. His 90 days go up and he lasts about 90 seconds. So that tells you about. So 9/11 denier, Holocaust denier is now he was denied by AEW and probably denied by most wrestling companies.
Yes. So old footage, interview footage of him talking about all his conspiracies, I guess that he believes in, surfaced, and it cost him his job. I was looking forward to a Brian Kendrick return to prominence.
And he's going to fight. He's going to debut against John Moxley. What a good match that would have been. I mean, yeah, we know that he's an idiot for saying those things. But do we know if he was really serious about those things? Do we know if he was just doing something to get his name out there after having a stretch where he was losing job after job? We don't know, but future endeavored away. You got to be careful what you say nowadays.
Hicks Villain says, so Kendrick got a 2-week suspension. Oh, wait, that was Whoopi. How old was the interview? 10 or 12 years old, I believe. Who knows if Kendrick even thinks that anymore?
I think it's probably him more or less trying to get his name out there. Bo Dallas did the same thing. He believed that the world was done by reptile people. Did he really believe that? We later had his brother Bray Wyatt saying no, he doesn't believe that. It's sort of just a way to get his name out there, because some of those guys, I mean, we're not even about 2 years ago. Matt Cardona is really the man who wrote his own story. If you were cut by the WWE, that was basically signing a death sentence for your career. And it hasn't been until the likes of Matt Cardona who shows you can make it out on the indie wrestling scene.
Leandro says Kendrick was stuck as a trainer. Good for him. Does anyone hire Brian Kendrick even to do an indie?
No, probably not.
I think someone's going to put Kendrick and London back together and get him a match against the Motor City Machine Guns. GCW will book it. All right, next breaking news. This one's even more bizarre than what we just talked about, and that was straight up Looney Tunes. Shane McMahon, Shayno Mack, released from WWE. And apparently it's because of booking of the Royal Rumble, where he went into business for himself, they're saying.
He also booked for WrestleMania him against Rollins for the WWE champion, for the Universal Championship, which is currently on SmackDown. So he was booking himself to be in a title match against Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. And because apparently that was changed right before the match, because that's why Seth Rollins came out in the Shield gear, almost to try to slowly start turning him face.
Yeah.
For this match. And then once that was canceled, Shane McMahon went bananas, and then in the Rumble match went in to do business for himself. So crazy stuff.
Yeah. Will we see Shane McMahon as All Elite, Phil?
That would be. Imagine if he comes up and he shows up on Rampage and goes, Tony Khan, guess who owns Rampage? That'd be the only thing that would get me interested in that product. And we'll cover this on Sunday night, but AEW is in such a lull right now. They are just doggy paddling right now since Omega dropped the title.
Agreed. Hear me out, Phil. Shane McMahon versus Nick Gage, death match.
Coast to coast.
Hicksville says Shane must have been dehydrated making those choices. All that sweating he does proves it. Yeah, crazy. Who would think Shane would get released from WWE?
And I mean, he's got nothing. He has no stock in there. He's got no say in there. He's not even a talent anymore. He's just done. He's just like any other wrestler. Does he get 90 days?
Yeah, I was wondering that. I mean, he was basically a contracted talent.
Mm-hmm.
So if he has the same contract, I would assume 90 days from now, we're going to see Shayno Mack popping up on on AEW, pop up in the Impact Zone. Who knows?
It's a real shame because Shane McMahon was one of the brighter spots for the WWE within the last 5 years. Him coming back, him trying to fight The Undertaker. I mean, he tried to get control of Raw. Him and Daniel Bryan had a great run as GMs of SmackDown, and then he became best in the world, which was a hilarious, great heel gimmick. I would love to see Shane McMahon own Rampage and actually try to cause an uprising. That would be amazing.
So, Shane originally left the company. Basically, he was replaced as the favorite child, maybe even replaced as Vince's favorite son by Triple H. Now Triple H has fallen out of favor. But still.
Shout out to poor Triple H, who was dealing with some nasty health issues. But Shane McMahon left the first time because he wanted Dolph Ziggler and John Morrison to be the champions for their respective brands. And he said that he felt like Vince's booking was too antiquated. I mean, that was what, 10, 15 years ago?
Yeah. Brief talk about the Royal Rumble, since we haven't had a chance to talk about it. What'd you think of Brock and Ronda winning?
Could there be a more uninspired, a more lazy, more of a cop-out way to... you know what? I love the Rumble. It is my favorite pay-per-view. It is my favorite match. No matter what, no matter how bad the WWE has been, the Royal Rumble has always been interesting. Even when Batista came back and he won the Rumble, it was still entertaining. Think about, we've had multiple time winners before. We've had Austin win 3 times. It was always the jumping off point for someone's career. It was always a match that you got interested in, always set up a storyline. Think about, I was about to ask you, Mark, what is the greatest Royal Rumble and why is it the 2005 one?
Oh, the greatest Royal Rumble is the year Ric Flair won the world title.
See, mine was when Batista and Cena had to restart it and Vince McMahon blew out his quads. But remember, Austin won it 3 times and they still had Vince and Austin running around the arena. It meant something. To have Lesnar come in, and I know people are going to be like, oh, it's it's scripted, whatever. 2.5 minutes into the match, he is the shortest time to ever win a Rumble. This has been really the worst. I thought last year's Rumble was bad. It was just superseded by this one. This one is the worst 2 Rumbles of all time. They had set up no storylines, no debuts, no callbacks to honor the past legends. The fact that your surprise entrant was Johnny Knoxville and it was already announced beforehand.
And Bad Bunny throws out half your roster.
Yeah. It's sad.
I'm going to put you on the spot, Phil. Who would you have booked to win the Rumble?
I would have actually booked... I would have booked Riddle to win the Rumble. I think the money is in. I think the money would have been Riddle winning the Rumble, or in winning the Chamber match, winning the title, and then I wouldn't. Everyone was expecting. Everyone's expecting Orton to turn on Riddle, when I would have it the other way and have Riddle turn on Orton and really get him into that shoot UFC fighter gimmick, the same guy who's constantly calling out Brock Lesnar for a match, a guy who's a legit badass in the ring.
Yeah.
Would have been so much better than what? Waste the spot so that him and Roman can fight just to bring Big E back to SmackDown to reunite the New Day. Like, this was their chance to really push a reset button and keep your Lesnar versus, Reigns match, but everything else could have been nice and fresh, and we're not going to get that.
I'm going to tell you who I would have booked to win it. Austin Theory. And then Vince, he would ask Vince, who should I pick my match against? Vince says, I'm not going to tell you. You go out and do something that impresses me. So he calls out both champions, and he challenges them to a 3-way unification match.
It would have been, I mean, honestly, we'll get to talking to it in just a second, but Austin Theory has been the best part of Raw for the better part since he's been drafted there, and probably the best star on that show in a long, long time.
All right, now it's time to talk about what I thought was a pretty good Raw this Monday, and it starts with Brock Lesnar coming out to confront Bobby Lashley. Lashley won the WWE title at Royal Rumble with some help from Roman Reigns. Lesnar gets added to the Elimination Chamber match. And Adam Pearce announces that we're going to have some Elimination Chamber qualifiers tonight on Raw to see who the other entrants are. Thoughts on this?
I think it was good. The Chamber is my second favorite pay-per-view match. I love all the gimmicks. I cannot wait to see Brock in the Chamber because he's just gonna. This is the one match you honestly can't screw up because people are gonna bust through these things. People are gonna bust out of these things. People are gonna climb this. No matter who wins, who's the champion at the end of this, we're all gonna be in for a good match.
Brock's gonna hard way someone in that match.
Oh, I bet you him and Riddle just go at it. I bet you this has been a long time coming.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it. I think face Brock is an interesting character, and I love the fact that it caused Heyman to turn on him. I think I love the fact that Brock just came out and said, I'm challenging Roman, but I also want my rematch because I want both titles. Like, it's a really good opening segment, even though I disagree completely with the decision.
Does Bobby Lashley survive Elimination Chamber?
No.
No? Brock wins the belt?
I do think Brock wins the belt. Yeah. I don't even think I think they're just so low on everybody that they might as well just put all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah, that's the money match right there. Next up, Rhea Ripley defeats Nikki ASH. Phil, I love Nikki ASH.
This felt more like a random match on Raw than it did an actual blow-off to the feud. These women are just waiting till WrestleMania ends to see what they got for them.
Yeah, none of them are involved in any big plans. Do you think either of them are even booked for WrestleMania?
No.
Unless they'll probably have a women's battle royal.
Right. That just what I was about to say.
Yeah.
What is it? Is it the Mae Young Classic? Whatever they were doing.
Yeah. One time it was the Fabulous Moolah battle royal, but then history came out about Moolah
because the Dark Side of the Ring.
Yeah,
the Dark Side of the Ring has ended more careers than Vince McMahon at this point.
They should have called it, named it after Sherry Martel, the Sensational Invitational. All right, next up, The Miz defeats Dominic Mysterio in a Elimination Chamber qualifier match. I thought this was a pretty good match. I liked Miz pretending that Ray tripped him, so Ray got thrown out of there.
Miz may walk away with the title in the chamber to set up Edge versus Miz for the title at WrestleMania. That could be another
Phil,
possible match.
How about Maurice at Royal Rumble?
Right. Right. Right.
Next up, our guy, Austin Theory, surprisingly defeats Kevin Owens, who just re-signed with the company, and Austin Theory is in the Elimination Chamber.
Excuse me as I play the world's tiniest violin for Kevin Owens. You had it all right there in front of you, and you said no.
Yeah.
And congratulations, sir. You are right back to where they had you because they didn't want you
They locked
in
you
AEW.
up, and now
I do not feel honestly I popped for this match because Austin Theory was so good in this. Austin Theory is so much more charismatic. He's much more dynamic. He's much fresher than a Kevin Owens. And I can't help but laugh because, I mean, he had to have known this was coming. Had to have.
KO, in my opinion, is most entertaining when he's in a buddy duo.
Yeah.
Like he was with Jericho, Sammy,
yeah.
Now Seth, but I don't know if it's going to continue. I don't know what the deal is with Seth. Is he back to being a heel? Because crowd was really behind him.
I think
Royal Rumble.
They were so behind him. He came out in the Shield. It was all to set up that Shane McMahon thing. I don't know where they go from it with him.
Next up, what world are we living on, Phil? Angelo Dawkins defeated Dolph Ziggler. And we were in Angelo Dawkins' hometown. What's going on here?
It's only because they're trying to get that Bengals. To get that because the Bengals are going to the Super Bowl. Shout out to the Bengals. Hope they win it. But it's just because they were in Cincinnati. Cincinnati was on a high. Dawkins is from Cincinnati. I mean, Dolph Ziggler. I mean, he is what he is at this point. If you're gonna give one of these two guys, if you want to give one of these two guys a push, you might as well at least build up the Street Profits again.
And good for Angelo Dawkins because he's going to need some victories once they break up him and Montez Ford.
After he gets beaten by Ford 6 times in a row.
Yeah, so Ziggler looks like he's starting to work. He's going to work a program with some NXT guys. He was mouthing off to LA Knight after LA Knight had his dark match with Roddy Strong. Mm-hmm. And then he's been going at it with Braun Breaker on Twitter. They going to send Dolph down there to do the job?
Remember they did that last time with Rusev. Remember he went down and he did the job to Rusev? And he also, who else did he go down there for to lose? I think it was Neville, for Pac, formerly known as Neville.
Right.
So Ziggler's been sent down there to lose some matches before.
Speaking of Dolph, his tag team partner, did you hear that TNA chant when Bobby Roode and AJ faced off in the Rumble?
Yes. I mean, is that not a money feud? Just go ahead and play it. I mean, you now have the working relationship. Get that footage.
How did they mess up glorious Bobby Roode, man?
Vince. I mean, the guy. This is one of the few weeks where I really mean it. We watch this so you don't have to.
Yeah.
Because the booking is. We're all supposed to be pumped and excited for this. Think about a couple years ago, we were so excited for AJ Styles and Undertaker, and we got that amazing cinematic classic match. This is the time we're supposed to be excited, and we're really in a lull right now.
Yep. Next up, we get Matt Riddle versus Otis. But first, we get Riddle versus Chad Gable in a scooter race. I'm just going to say, Chad Gable, future main eventer. This guy has excelled in this feud.
Just once you think they can't get any dumber, they have a scooter race on Raw. And you know what the worst part about it is? They put Riddle in this match, right, with Gable. And those two guys made chicken salad out of chicken shit, which in today's wrestling means they're just going to give us more shit the following week. And
Gable wearing that race suit was awesome. Yes. He's been awesome ever since they started this feud with RK Bro. I think he's really going to break into the main event.
And you know what? His match against Riddle was fire. Was such a good match. I mean, Otis, the best thing to ever happen to Otis was becoming part of Alpha Academy. Like, these two guys really needed each other.
Well, maybe the best thing that ever happened to him was working a romantic angle with Mandy Rose.
What happened? He ended up losing his briefcase.
Yeah, and he lost Mandy for no reason.
Right.
Yeah. So Riddle defeats Otis. Riddle's going to be in the Elimination Chamber. Then we get Bianca Belair defeating Carmella. Nothing really much to this one. And then in the main event, AJ Styles defeats Rey Mysterio in a fantastic Elimination Chamber match. It just shows you how good both of these guys are.
They are ageless wonders. AJ Styles is so good. I think this may be his first Elimination Chamber match, first or second one. He's gonna be awesome in it. He's the guy who's gonna, you know what? He's gonna go for a phenomenal forearm off one of those pods.
Yep.
He's gonna get caught by Lesnar, and it's gonna hit him with an F5 and eliminate him. It's gonna be a spectacular elimination.
Man, put the belt on him and give me my AJ Styles Glorious Bobby Roode feud that I need.
Now that would be a match that I think wrestling fans actually would be excited for WrestleMania.
Bring Starrcade back. That's the main event. All right, and after the match, then Ronda Rousey comes out. You think she's going to say who she's going to pick, and Becky Lynch comes out to confront her, and Ronda says, I'll make my decision on Friday. Then Lita comes out and confronts Becky Lynch, and it's going to be Lita versus Becky Lynch at Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, from what I hear, all signs are pointing to Ronda versus Charlotte because Fox wants Ronda Rousey on SmackDown.
Yeah.
And they pay more money, so they get it.
That's why they have Brock too and Roman. All right, so that does it for WWE Raw. I thought it was a pretty good episode.
It was a long episode. I think it was an okay episode. There were some good spots, but nothing to want to make people in the fine people in the chat, the fine people at home, the fine viewers of the podcast to want to stick around and watch it next week. But you know what you can do is come back next week and watch us tell you what happened all over again.
Absolutely, because we watch it so you don't have to. Speaking of which, we both watched NXT 2.0 last night. Kicks off with, man, I think this was a blow-off match, but I love Imperium versus Diamond Mine Phil. And I love Roddy Strong in these losses.
This is what we talk about all the time in professional wrestling. Don't reinvent the wheel. If there's nothing wrong with being predictable. Predictable is good when executed properly. And Imperium needed Walter. You know what I mean? They needed Gunther, as his new name is, because they're just don't those two guys just look elevated around him?
Yeah. No, they look like a group of badasses together, and Diamond Mine fights like a group of badasses. That really elevated the stock, I think, of the Creed brothers.
I agree.
And Roddy, he's lost both of these matches, but I think his stock's gone up in these losses. He's been wrestling dark matches on Raw. I mean, he's going to end up on the main roster. I don't know if there's a future for him there. But
I think they may just be an entertaining act and have to rely on Bivens' mic skills.
Yeah, I have a feeling Roddy's going to go up by himself, and Diamond Mine's going to turn on Roddy. Bivens was giving him some dirty looks after Gunther kicked him in the head.
That is true.
That was brutal too to start off the match.
It's such a good show. I mean, the best part about it is only gets better from this point on in the show.
Next up, we have Raquel Gonzalez versus Cora Jade. Cora Jade wants to be tag team partners with Raquel. Raquel wants nothing to do with it until after she beats the snot out of Cora Jade and earns her respect. Now they're going to go win that Dusty Classic. Phil, you think they're going to do it?
Yes, this is like that scene from Predator when Arnold Schwarzenegger and Apollo Creed, I forget his the actor's name,
right?
They grip and they hold hands
Uh-huh.
and they look at each other. That is what this is.
Phil, Soraya's back. They've been playing the promos of her. She's got her necklace from her grandmom. Makes her the warrior of the sun. She transforms from a little schoolgirl to a wrestler. This do anything for you?
I love it.
Yeah,
It does. I had no interest in the character beforehand, and when she comes out and she does that costume switch,
yeah.
it does everything for me. This feels like a character who is from Street Fighter or from Mortal Kombat lore. They come in as themselves, they change right before the fight, and they kick ass. I actually really love this gimmick.
We're going to talk about a gimmick I really love coming up soon. Next up, my man Joe Gacy defeats LA Knight. LA Knight, who's gotten a little steam behind him, has appeared in some dark matches at Raw and SmackDown. But with the help of Grayson Waller, Gacy gets the victory. I like everyone involved in this match. I like LA Knight. I like Grayson Waller. I love Joe Gacy. What do you think's next for Joe Gacy?
I honestly think this is just a feud before he goes to Braun Breaker. I think that's his next feud. Obviously, Breaker will win, but I think Gacy will put up a fight, and I think it elevates his stock. This is what NXT does better, really, than any wrestling company right now. I know it's WWE, but obviously, whoever is writing this show is doing a good job. This is where a loss can matter and not hurt the character. LA Knight, who has had a lot of wins going into this match, loses this match, but by interference, and you're protecting the money gimmick, and you're having Grayson Waller slowly build up his mic skills as a heel. Everyone won in this segment, and that's what wrestling is supposed to be. You know, LA Knight took the loss, but it makes you angry because he took the loss, because he's been on such a winning streak, and it was by outside interference. Don't reinvent the wheel. Just make good matches and good storylines. It's that simple.
There you have it, straight from the Cowboy's mouth. Next up, here's the character I love, Wendy Chu. She defeats Amari Miller. Phil, did you know Wendy Chu was that scary woman that Boa reported to weeks ago?
I did not.
Yeah, they scrapped that gimmick. They didn't think it was getting over. And then she's given this, narcolepsy character that I absolutely love.
This is great. I mean, after a really intense segment with the whole Gacy Knight Waller fallout, this is what's needed in professional wrestling. This was as good a book show as you can ask for. I think since that last takeover, whatever they're calling it now these days, where every match had something for everybody, same thing with this. This NXT 2.0 gives something for everybody. If you like Orange Cassidy, you'll like Wendy Chu. You know what I mean? If you like 80s wrestling, you'll like the Gonzalez segment. If you just like straight up good professional wrestling storytelling, you'll love the LA Knight, Grayson Waller, Joe Gacy stuff. It's literally entertaining every time it comes back from break.
Next time there's a draft, Wendy Chu's going to be on SmackDown. I'm calling it.
Oh yeah, but this is the unfortunate thing about, and this has been NXT for years. Somehow, some way, this brand finds a way to be entertaining and at the forefront of everyone's mind when they say, "Oh, I can't wait for this guy." And it happens every few years. We get a restock in talent, and we say, "I can't wait for them to get to the main roster. Can't wait for them to get to the main roster." We were saying that as far back as Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, right? Tyler Breeze, Neville, right?
Yep.
They all get brought up. Kevin Owens had success, but all of them. Finn Balor, right? Bobby Roode, Shinsuke Nakamura, right? Every few years they reload in talent, they go to the main roster, and they get squandered away. I don't want them to touch my NXT 2.0. Haven't enjoyed NXT this much since the Hulu days.
Let's see what's next. Andre Chase against Draco Anthony. Oh man, Andre Chase. I'm liking it a little better now that he has students, but I don't know. Yeah, he shouldn't be winning matches as far as I'm concerned.
I don't know what they're doing with the other guy, but I'm glad he's on. This is the second time. What is it? The second time in 3 weeks they gave this guy a promo, and he loses his match straight out. Andre Chase is a better character. I'm sorry, this guy came out as a generic heel, and Andre Chase and Chase U is actually getting a little entertaining as a face group.
Yeah, no, people are starting to like it. I think they feel pity for him.
Yeah.
Main event time: Braun Breaker and Tommaso Ciampa defeat Legado del Fantasma. No surprise here. I think after the fans got were a little hard on Braun. They said we need to get that Ciampa shine on him.
Smart booking. And it's almost feeling, FTR Gargano versus Gargano and Ciampa, DIY. Yeah. That's what it feels like. It feels like this all over again. I'm not opposed to it, and I love the fact that Ciampa is sort of giving that shine to Breaker because he really needed it, and I think it's also some good faith for for the fans of the black and gold brand.
Yeah. Hicks Villain pointed out a good segment of Malik Black caught Mandy Rose and I couldn't stand up afterwards. That was pretty funny.
NXT 2.0 is the show for good wrestling storylines. If you like storylines and you like characters, I think that's why we gravitated towards it. What do we love most about our wrestling? We love good storylines and good characters, and NXT 2.0 is filled with them. It once again is already leading the pack to being the winning the Lapati for show of the year for 2022.
Speaking of Mandy Rose, the show goes off the air with Kaylee Ray strong-arming Mandy into an NXT championship match and driving away with Toxic Attraction in the limo, which old school, anyone who watched wrestling in the 90s, they've seen that angle before.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's so good.
The classics are a classic for a reason, Phil.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
You know what's not broke? CGWF. Except we're going to make it a little better because this is the CGWF A show. CG Primetime.
You know what? We might as well just say it. We are CGWF 2.0, baby. Better than the original.
Yeah, and that's why we're going to have the first ever hardcore death match tonight. And I'm going to switch things up. Usually the exhibition is the main event. I'm saving that for the main event. We're doing the King of That Thing qualifier as our first match. And Don, get out of the chat, Don. Get off your phone. You have a match coming up. Go get ready. All right, so we have some promos to play. We're going to start with Mike McMahon.
A.M. 6 a.m.
Can you hear it?
You have no idea what you have unleashed. The Primetime 6 are a cohesive unit. Yeah, we got Sontag out. He was the weakest link.
It's the best I can do, man.
You're going to try and have me go against the very honorable master of indie comics, Don Chin. And it'll be my honor to face him in the squared circle. This U.S. assassin knows what honor is. Do you?
There you have it. Mike McMahon talking about honor. I took him to one too many Ring of Honor shows, Phil.
I gotta say, promo work's improved.
Yeah, no, I like it. Next up, we got Big D, Don Chin. He had some words.
Hey, McSix. Yeah, I'm talking to you, man. This is Big D, otherwise known as Don Chin, part of the Primetime Wrestling Group. And hey, man, I know you think you must be tough, putting me against my Primetime 6 brother, Mike, the Assassin McMahon. It's going to be brutal. I don't know who's going to win, but I can promise you one thing, that whoever wins, we're going to advance Cracktmas Prime. That's right. And if I happen to win, McSix, I'm coming after you. I'm going to be delivering pain just like the Moral Compass delivers comic books. It'll be more than you can ever imagine. And you know, I got a prediction here. Me and my friend Zoltar. Yeah, the prediction's going to be pain, buddy. Big pain. So, McSix, if I see you after this match, I'm going to come after you, man. You're going to be like this little tiny little dwarf, and I'm going to smash you. I'm going to nickname you Puny. That's right. And I'm going to smash you and your brother, Brian. He's a cheater, you know, and he's a little dwarf too. And I'm going to just devour you guys like a lion, you know, and I've got someone to back me on that. This is my man, Aerith, in the house.
We got Crack Pack in the house. Crack Pack backs Don Chin. Every day, bow.
That's how you do it.
You know what? This is, imagine, Primetime 6, Crack Pack. This is like if DX and the NWO came together and created a super faction.
Yeah. But guess what? It happened here. Man, any predictions for this match? Don Chin versus the Assassin Mike McMahon. I love Don Chin, but Mike McMahon's my boy. Mike's got the size. He's got those ninja skills.
I predict.
He brings two swords to the ring.
I predict pain.
Staying right down the middle as always, Phil. I like it.
Someone has to.
All right, we're going to go to the ring, man. You ready to call some action?
Let's rock it.
Anyone in the chat, man, make sure if you're not subscribed to Primetime Poulton, hit the subscribe button, hit the notifications, and share out the link that we're starting the matches now. All right, Don Chin versus Mike McMahon, King of That Thing qualifier. Let's go. Here we are, beautiful Atlantic City, home of the Primetime Arena. Phil, man, Primetime Arena is looking sweet tonight.
It's all that JMS money.
Look at that graveyard shift artwork on the screens. Don Chin dabbing for the fans.
Don Chin, you know what? We need to get that. We need to get that pullover shirt officially licensed, so we can all wear that button-down pal shirt.
I want that Big D shirt.
I already have a few in my closet.
I'm sure you do. Oh,
Man.
Don Chin holstering the guns. Mike McMahon may have the weapons. Don Chin has them guns. Fans love him. Beloved everywhere he goes, Phil.
Don Chin is the face of all faces. The man cannot He won't cut a skating promo, but he'll cut a very nice, a very decent Don Chin promo.
Oh, I've heard this song before. This is that U.S. Assassin rap. Biggest ninja I've ever seen, Phil.
You know what? I gotta give it to our boy Mike McMahon, just coming in, 2 swords, representing. You know, if you're gonna be part of a creation of a character, why not wear that as your in-ring gear?
Yeah. Repping the brand, got the U.S. Assassin logo on the back.
You know, I don't mind a green. You know, the lighting in the primetime arena giving that green look. I won't mind a variant costume of U.S. Assassin in the green.
That's the jungle edition. We get the lockup.
Don Chin going in for an early waist lock.
Mike reverses it.
Who do you think is favored in this match, wrestling-wise?
I would say Mike McMahon.
McMahon has the size. McMahon has the power. I don't know if he necessarily has the athleticism that Don Chin has just displayed right there.
The man's a ninja, Phil.
Well, he's doing a lot of grappling so far.
Yeah, a little mat wrestling.
All right, Don Chin ain't going to just take that lying down.
Oh, inverted DDT by Don Chin. Kick to the back. Mike has some armor to absorb that, but still smarted. Don Chin showing some power with that suplex on Mike McMahon. Dragging him to the center of the ring.
Good on Don Chin. We've seen early on in these matches from other competitors go for a pin right away. As we know, it never happens that early in the match. Don Chin he's a technician. The man is an in-ring general.
Oh, nice monkey flip by Mike McMahon. Bullet Ninja says this is the classic speed versus power match.
I haven't seen a matchup this intense since Samoa Joe versus Finn Balor. NXT black and gold style.
Oh. Mike's starting to throw the rules aside, threw a couple closed fists. He's like, enough of this honor. I want to win.
I think, unfortunately, that's what happens in the King of That Thing tournament.
Yeah.
You remember the prize that is at the end of this thing.
Yeah. Everyone wants the crown, Phil. Oh, big fist drop by Don Chin. Going for that pinfall. McSix with the count. Just a 1 count. McSix got roughed up a little last night, Phil. I'm glad to see him okay and back calling the matches.
Are we glad?
Brian McSix is starting to grow on me, Phil. Oh, sleeper hold by Don Chin. McMahon struggling to get out of it. Is it? No.
Oh, a nice reversal. Don Chin going for that. May be Don's easiest path to victory on this match is through a submission hold. Because I don't see McMahon staying down for a 3 count.
Big power slam by Don Chin on Mike McMahon. Now he's leaping over him. A little fancy footwork. He's going up top. What's he got in mind? Oh, big cross body by Don Chin. Going for that pinfall. 1, 2. Oh, 2.5.
McSix at it again. Slow on the count. Or I don't know if that was the feed.
Don Chin is psyched up, though, playing to the crowd. McMahon with the reversal. Oh, but
Fireman's
nice takeover.
Nice fireman's carry on the knees there.
Sleeper hold by McMahon.
McMahon trying to go in for his pure strength here. Trying to choke out Don Chin, but Chin with the reversal. He saw that earlier. from displayed by McMahon.
Oh, he drops McMahon on the top rope, making it hard for him to breathe. He's going for another cover. 1, 2. No, not even a 2 count this time. Jim's
Once
got to put in
again,
more work.
he finds himself out of position.
Look at that strength by Don Chin. Another slam.
Don Chin has really been impressive in this match.
A little showboating for the crowd, too. That could cost him. 5-knuckle shuffle to the head. What's
Don
he setting
Chin.
McMahon up for? Oh, the leg sweep by McMahon. McMahon going up top. Watch this ninja fly.
He is showing that he's not afraid to take risks and a crossbody from McMahon.
Going for a pinfall himself. 1, 2. Oh.
Ooh,
So
a
that's
near
3/4.
fall.
Mike, get off your phone, man. Mike's running out of breath, running out of gas. He needs to put Don Chin away. Oh, Chin with the big clothesline. He whips Mike into the corner. Oh, he misses the knees.
This could be the beginning of the end here for our friend Don Chin. One mistake.
Mike going back up top. Is he going to put Don Chin away? Oh, a big splash. That's got to be it. Cover him. Cover him, Mike. Oh, that could have cost him. Oh, he's going for that sleeper hold. He wants to put Don Chin out. Chin reverses it again.
Both of these men are going to be fighting through submission, fighting through pinfalls. Another sleeper hold.
Sleeper. He's got it in there. Good. McSix calls for the bell.
Don Chin with a major upset.
I'm shocked.
But like I said earlier in this match, that was the fastest and best way to victory for Don Chin, because you were not going to outmuscle or keep McMahon down for a 3 count.
Don Chin with the bracket buster right there. I think that big splash off the top rope, Mike should have went for the pin. I think he had it there.
You know, you have to think when it comes to wrestling in the CGWF, it's all about not missing that moment.
Don Chin, take a bow. You're heading to the king of that thing. Don Chin's going to celebrate tonight with his wife.
Gonna display a different Big D.
Look at the sportsmanship. Good match, Mike. You are a true warrior. Good match, Don, by Mike McMahon. That's what the Primetime 6 is all about. As well as a little dancing on the top rope.
I gotta say, Don Chin's entrance and Don Chin's victory celebrations just make me happy.
I think Don Chin just makes everyone happy, Phil.
Especially his wife.
Hey, Al. All right, it's main event time. First ever CGW death match. It's taking place backstage because it's non-sanctioned, Phil. We're not responsible for anyone getting hurt tonight.
This is what we call a lights out match.
I can't wait for this. We got Death Metal Luke, I want to say Agliette against Rob Arnold. It's going to be a bloodbath.
As they say in a famous wrestling match, let's get it on.
Here we go.
I come to you a broken man today.
Do you even read?
Let's get into it. What's up?
Oh, and we're underway. Luke with the big haymaker flips Rob Arnold over. A lot of people don't think Rob Arnold has a chance. I'm one of them.
There is no way Rob Arnold is walking away with this victory. Rob Arnold is in for the beating of a lifetime.
Yeah. When you think death match, hardcore wrestling, you think of a guy that looks like Luke right there. He's the best of Necro Butcher, Nick Gage combined.
Rob Arnold, he's just out of his element with those khakis.
Philly made Don Chin's wife laugh. Oh, just manhandling Rob Arnold. I think everyone's going to enjoy this match.
I think we're now just waiting for the pain that is going to be inflicted upon Rob Arnold.
Canuck wants a broken leg on Rob Arnold. Rip his mohawk off. Man, this is the battle of the mohawks, but it's like, you know, true punk rock mohawk versus, I don't know, hipster mohawk. Rob needs some magic fairy bread power. Oh, they're gonna go out towards the trucks, man. I see us on that trailer, Phil. They got the pod gods on the side of that trailer. Oh, Rob Arnold's only move so far has been an elbow to Luke's head. Oh, follows it up with a clothesline. Show me something, Rob.
This is just, I don't know why anyone would want a death match, but if your opponent is Rob Arnold, I'll say I'd go in for a death match as well.
Rob Arnold not making any fans tonight.
I think it's because the man brought khakis to a death match.
Oh, Luke threw him out of the other screen. Go for the eyes. Go for the eyes. Oh, he's got the setting off for the choke slam. Rob's trying to power out of it. He does. Throws Luke into the wall. Could Rob Arnold be mounting a comeback? Oh, running power slam. Shades of Davey Boy Smith. Oh, he's got that fire extinguisher. He's cooling off Luke because he was so hot.
He's going for it again.
Yeah, this is Rob's best maneuver. Freeze him.
Only Rob Arnold would know to use a fire extinguisher for its main purpose.
Yeah, I think he ran out of Freon. He should have hit him with it like the Canucks said. Oh, is he going to set up Luke on that table?
No, we know this table is a reservation for one, Rob Arnold.
Just manhandles him, throws him halfway down the hallway. Rob, play some Olivia Newton-John. That will drive death metal crazy. Luke has that fire extinguisher.
And he throws it down.
He's like, I want to beat him with my own fists.
Look at Rob Arnold with the taunt.
Oh, throws him right into that cement wall. He's calling for it. He just crossed his throat. Now he's trying to rip that. I think he's trying to rip the mohawk off Rob's head. It's like no hipster faux hawk here. Setting him up for the neck breaker. Big rude awakening on the concrete. Stomping a mud hole in him.
Without any Freon left, there's only one way this is going, and that's Luke getting hotter as this match goes on.
Oh, Rob hit him with the uppercut. Where is he taking Luke? Luke fighting back. Elbow to the gut. I think Luke's just playing with him, really.
At this point, I think Luke is a little off his game, wondering what sort of pain he's going to deliver to Rob Arnold next.
Rob mounting a comeback. Oh, the Russian leg sweep on the concrete.
That uppercut must have knocked Luke silly for a bit, because ever since he took that fist straight to the jaw, Rob Arnold has been the one delivering pain.
Yeah, big surprise. I thought this was going to be a squash match.
It certainly looked that way in the early going.
Oh, Luke's setting him up for the choke slam. He's setting him up. Oh, He's got him by the throat, by the goozle. He lifts him up.
Oh
my God, Phil. Phil, I think we just witnessed a murder. Phil, what happened?
I mean, I thought Rob Arnold was going to lose, but I didn't know he was going to get murdered.
I mean, it is a death match. I feel bad. I booked Rob into this. Please, someone at the CGWF offices, please send Rob's family a nice fruit basket on the moral compass.
The seven figure man will be sending fruits along to your loved ones.
Canuck says someone better refund Rob Arnold's book because he hadn't had a chance to fulfill it yet. Oh my gosh! Only at the CGWE.
Rob Arnold is just pulling a Gene Simmons right now and using his own blood to print his books.
Man, that was a bloody demise to Rob Arnold. Man, if you're in the chat, go tweet out that you just witnessed a death. That was something else. Muttman says, so the bigger Mohawk won in the end. Yep. Murder scene. Yeah.
It just wasn't the size of the Mohawk Mutt. It was how he used it.
Yeah. So this new hardcore division we're starting over at CGWE, Luke may be the favorite to be the champion.
Right here. You heard it first here on the Podgods. The CGWE hardcore title lives here.
Yeah, what a showing by Luke, man. That's how you make a statement. When you're given an opportunity, you make a statement, even if it means killing someone.
You know how you end a show? By ending a man's life.
Yeah. A moment of silence, Phil, for Rob Arnold. All right, that's enough. Rob, better luck in the afterlife. Canuck says, can we make sure next time before we have a death match their books are delivered first? I'm sorry, Canuck. No one's getting Replicator 3 now. My apologies. But, Rob's family is going to get a nice fruit basket from me and Cowboy Phil. Phil, I'm going to tell him to put your name on it, too.
And you know what? That Fruit of the Month basket is replicated every month, so...
Were we ever getting it? No, it was just Rob was going to come up with some excuse. Leandro says it's time we let CG know Rob Arnold died. Tweet it out. It's not even Rob 10th. It's not even his holiday, but yeah, let everyone know Rob has gone to the big comic book publisher in the sky.
We wish him the best on his future endeavors in heaven.
Bullet Ninja Hagelman says Rob had a family. Yes, and I'm sending him fruit. So I think his family's okay with it. I was making dinner. Rob died. Luke killed him, Don. This was a non-sanctioned match. Bill and I, our hands are clean in this.
I think, what happens in Atlantic City stays in Atlantic City.
Yeah. Yep. The poor cleaning crew. You know what? That's what we have Clean Team for. Macho Dan and Muttman. Mutt, get to work, clean up that mess in the hallway.
Instead of pushing AM Comics to lie.
Yeah, come on. Phil told us all that was doctored. Tweeted out to Bancroft, he lost his bogan bro. Yeah, Bancroft, you know what? I think Bancroft's actually going to love this. Man, what a night for CGWF, Phil. Don Chin advances and king of that thing.
Rob Arnold dies.
Sorry, Rob.
But you know what lives on? The Podgods.
Absolutely.
Twice a week.
We'll be here next Sunday talking AEW. Phil, where can people find you at?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at AnimatedPhil. If you want to help me pay my grad school tuition, hit up the Etsy link in there. For those who ordered prints this past week, I apologize. I will be getting them out on Friday.
Muttman says, I guess it took a live murder to bring you together. Violence just brings bros together. Guys, we need Phil to finish up grad school so we can start seeing some Phil McNulty comic books.
Don't worry, they'll be coming out. They'll be starting once again April 27th.
Awesome. Don Chin says, great show, guys. Hail Mike McMahon, Phil, and TMC. Leandro, thanks for joining us, guys. Thanks, everyone. You guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Coney Waves. Again, make sure you subscribe to Primetime Poulton. Hit the notifications. That's the only way you're going to see Death in CGWF action. Because 6 a.m., he's not giving you this. He's not giving you this. He's not man enough. He's scared.
CGWF 2.0.
Yep. This is now a snuff film. Yeah. Yeah, we're making movies here. We're a wrestling company. We make movies here, Phil. Who said that? I think it was Vince McMahon.
We make entertainment.
All right, and again, Phil and I will be back Sunday talking AEW and the best, in my opinion, the best wrestling show around right now besides CGWF, Impact Wrestling. Again, everyone, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you soon.